Welcome in. It is Friday, time for your dose of Sports Idiot Nation. Today, we are sandwiched in between football that doesn't matter and football that does matter. Also, we'll find out who's going to be crowned the little big dumper and why is Joe Burrow taking hits.
Look, first, Adam, all football matters, okay? And even though this is sports, comedy, pop culture, everything in between, by idiots, for idiots, all football matters.
Hey, cuz, it's Friday. You know what that means? My brother done got paid. I'm finna get on the grill and get ready for Saturday and watch some real football. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. Welcome back, sinners. This is Season 2 of Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome in. Today is Friday. It is almost week 0 in college football. We got preseason football still to go through. We got the Little League World Series heating up as today.
Do we have to go through that preseason football? Do we got
Man, we kind of have to. We did bring in Wayne Diesel, Mr. Wayne Diesel. Follow him wherever you get your social media. Wayne has not been with us for a while. We got to invite you back like right away. Come up in a couple weeks again and hang out because it's been a minute. But look, we felt bad, to be honest, bro, because the Panthers done so bad that we were like, I don't even know if he want to come talk to foosball.
It wasn't necessary. You had we coming, we trying.
Yeah.
Because the Panther representative like a stepchild. I get it. We ain't in the playoffs, so we ain't in the show. I get it. I understand how it goes.
But hey, anytime we can hang with you, it's always good. I am joined by, of course, Mr. T.I. All right, so this is what I want to get into first. Reminder, new episodes of Sports Idiot Nation come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Get us wherever you get your social media, and remember to click Wayne's links. You can find him. So we had football last night, and there wasn't a ton to go off of. Here's what I want to start off with. I want to start off with Jackson throwing darts because the dude was running the ball, throwing the ball, touchdowning all over the place. Like, bro, are we officially just gonna say as a collective that, like, go ahead and roll them out there? Because the New York Giants have the toughest schedule in the NFL. It's not debatable. This is a literal fact based on numbers, based on who was good last year, right? There's no debate.
Based on computers. That's right.
So what are we doing? Is Russell Wilson should be nervous? I mean, what are we doing, Wayne?
So here we got to be careful. First of all, I do believe Jackson Dart is QB1. But you don't just roll him out there immediately. You know what I mean? You kind of ease that thing in there slowly because
you just said he was QB1. What you talking about?
He is QB1, but
throw him
you
out
got
there.
him for the next 12, 15 years. But you just got Russ. So if you just got Russ, and Russ been there 30 damn minutes, so you got to play him a little bit, like show him how to rope, show him how this thing goes. Like, I don't foresee Russell being there, starting like past week 5 or so. You know what I mean? And they start out the gate hot. The Giants start out on fire.
Yeah.
let Russ deal with that. Let the vet dude do that. Let the Super Bowl champ deal with all that. Let Russ cook, if you will, for the next 4 weeks. Let him do that. And then by the time all that's out of the way, we'll probably be tired of Russ. Then you can bring Jackson Dart in. Because once you bring him in, you can't go back. Because you'll destroy him if you do that. So don't be in a rush because we got him. So let him develop, let him practice, let him see some things. Don't just put him out there to the fire because what you bring, you didn't pay all that money to Russ just for him to be backup. You paid him in there to ease in the future. That's how you do that.
So like, T.I., here's what I want to.
Hold on, I was going to say, Wayne. You know what they always say. Once you go dark, you can't go back to the start. You know how it goes.
I think it's a little different.
Yeah,
it don't quite go like that.
Yeah,
it don't quite go like it. It's something like it.
Hey, Cracker Barrel just redid their logo. Speaking of, T.I. needs to redo. We need a redo on some amazing whites, exciting whites.
T.I. Cracker Barrel did what?
It's got to be an amazing time to own stock.
Wayne, you didn't see this?
They lost over $200 million in stock revenue yesterday. Their stock dropped by like 10 shares. It's fantastic.
So what's the new Cracker Barrel logo look like? Where have I been?
There's no barrel and there's no old Cracker Man on it either. It's just it looks like somebody went to Chat GPT and was like, I want my Cracker Barrel logo to look like a Panera. And they were like, that's a great idea. Let me cook this up for you.
Let's do it.
And shareholders signed off on it, and yeah, it's there. Man, like 200 million stock revenue in one day.
This is why you have to follow Sports Idiot Nation on social media. Because we did share it. You got to check it out. We'll get into another logo change. But that's things to come. But I want to.
I didn't see that one.
Well, in all seriousness, though, let's talk about Jackson Dart because he was a baller at Ole Miss.
Played a lot of football.
Fun to watch. Giants had their eye on him. His prototypical QB of what they like. He's already better than Daniel Jones ever was for him. Except for his contract year. It's amazing how these players would just ball out in their contract years and then get this team in this situation where they're like, I don't really want to pay this guy all this money, but what are we going to do? And now he's, in Indy now. But anyway, I agree with what Wayne said. I don't see Russ foresee hanging out there that long. He starts doing those Subway commercials and, telling everybody, let's ride, that's pretty much, he's built for New York when it comes to the media, him and Sierra and all that. So, I mean, it's a good spot for him, Jameis Winston as well, but it's Jackson Dart's team for sure. I mean, he's already showing it is, and they have young weapons, so why not let the young QB mesh with the young weapons and just take the bumps along the way because nobody's expecting the Giants to do anything. We don't have any pressure on you. The sky's the limit.
Right.
So just let the kid play.
So here's what I'm going to say. Think about this. When Russell Wilson went to the Seahawks, he was not QB1. Does anyone remember?
Matt Flynn was.
Okay, boom.
Yep.
All right, and what happened? Russell Wilson beat him out. Hello.
Matt Flynn's a human victory cigar.
So why are we saying, well, wait a minute, you brought Russell Wilson over. Well, hold on a minute. If Jackson Dart beat him out, then Jackson Dart beat him out. And my argument is that if you let him go in those first 5 games, will he learn more by going 0-5, but at least being out there? The team is going to be 0-5 anyway. As long as he doesn't get beat to a pulp, I mean, let him out there.
So here's the difference, though. Here's the difference. Number one, I would say Russell is better now than what Matt Flynn was at that time. Also, Russ has a better resume than Matt Flynn did. Also, Russ is like a future Hall of Fame. But now Russ has dropped off a little bit. It seemed like he didn't went from the Cinderella all the way to the pumpkin overnight. But he has earned the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, you can play a little bit, but just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Because we don't want, and plus you have that schedule, then you want to show him, you want to let that breathe a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
shield him.
You want to get that. Yeah. I don't remember what the Seahawks, because it was a Monday night game, if memory served me right. It was a Monday night game because I remember watching it. And Russ got put in there.
He was cooking.
And
he was cooking.
Yeah. And I don't know if, I don't remember watching the Seattle Supersonics, the Seahawks at the preseason. So I don't know. I was new to Russ right then in real time. So I had never seen him. But it's easy to we can't just keep throwing rookies out there unless you just, number one, like a Cam Ward type situation or something like that. Then, yeah. But I will say this. I tell you somebody who I think need to start day one. Somebody who needs to be QB starting right now. And that's Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is better than Sam Darnold. So all that shit I said about and don't apply to Sam Darnold.
Now wait a minute.
It's a double standard. Yes, it is, Adam. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. We've seen one play good football. The other one we have not. So I'm not big on Sam Darnold like that. And plus, Sam Darnold is accurate. He might be a little more accurate than Jalen Milroe, but Jalen Milroe is a bona fide playmaker. He can extend plays. He gives you that shot in the arm. And plus, that's a run-heavy type offense. They're trying to be like a more run favorite. And if you're trying to move the ball, I'm sorry. Who can run an RPO or a play action better, Sam Darnold or Jalen Milroe? I'm taking the one that can run 22 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing here? So I think he needs to start day one. Like, he is a day one starter. He's had the reps. He's had the coaching of Nick Saban. He's played against the competition. He ain't had no injuries. And I just don't see a reason why he is, because they don't have no hard schedule. And I actually think the Seahawks can win that division. I think they're going to win the West. Personally, I think so. We'll get off into that a little later. But you just jog my memory just throwing people out there. That's the one that needs to start day one. Not this Jackson Dart. Now, about week 4 or 5, yeah, that's going to bring him on in. But as far as right now, shoot, I think Milroe's a day one starter.
That's fair. That is fair. T.I., what do you think of I want to ask you first before Wayne takes it over. Do you see the Carolina Panthers being able to take a step forward based on either the moves they've made or Bryce Young? You know, he had a couple bright spots at the end of last year. I want to see what your take is, because I know Wayne is going to cross-examine, if you will.
I mean, do I think they're going to take a step forward? I would expect they have to, with Bryce Young and the QB whisperer there. I can't remember what the coach's name is, but the guy that's
Dave Canales.
Yeah, the dude's known for fixing all the broken quarterbacks. So I'm not saying Bryce Young was broken by any means. I just think he was in a bad system and with no weapons and bad play calling. I mean, when Adam Thielen's your top guy
you in trouble.
Ian Thielen's like 42.
Man,
you're in trouble. But they did draft the guy who sounds like a rare species of a spider, Tarantula McMillan or something like that.
Tararoa McMillan.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, that's how you say it. Yeah,
you got it. But they got him. They've got the other cat they drafted last year, who I think got in a fight in practice, or the joint practice. So I mean, I think they've got some young studs who have a little bit of passion, a little bit of energy. So I think they're on the up. I think it's going to be important. I guess Wayne may agree or disagree, but I think it's going to be important how far the running game takes them. Because I mean, Chuba is Chuba, but is Chuba the guy? I mean, I don't know, right? He's still there, right? Chuba Hubbard is still the dude, and
yeah.
I mean, is he really starter material, or is he more of like change of pace back? That's my thought. So they need a big power back to take some heat off of Bryce Young, and they need a Brock Bowers type tight end, I think. But they're not far off from competing, I would say. I'm not going to knock them. I mean, Titans are in the same situation. We're looking up, like trying to be better. So who am I to judge the Panthers? You know. But what do you think? What do you think, Wayne? Let's get your take. How far off is your team from competing for the playoffs?
So first of all, I happen to think we're gonna win the division. And believe it or not, offense wasn't really our problem. Our problem was we couldn't stop nobody. Like, our defense was terrible. Like, I mean, yeah, we might score 30, but we're gonna give up 45. You know what I mean? Like, some of them games, especially like towards the end of the year.
Unless you're playing the Bengals, you'll give up. You'll score a lot more on them.
Yeah, man. So but no, I mean, it just we were terrible on defense, and some of that was injuries, and some of that was a lack of experience. Like when we lost Derrick Brown, it just went down south from there. And J.C. Horn, he couldn't stay on the damn field. But now both of them are back, and we got that Corey Thornton. Yeah, so he's supposed to be pretty good. And we'll see what else we can do on defense. Hopefully we can get that right. Now, about the running game, I'm not a Chuba guy.
You sound excited. You sound very excited.
Yeah,
you sound very excited to answer this question.
I want to like him, but he does give last toy in the discount bin vibes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why we keep drafting running back. Like, we drafted Jonathan Brooks.
I'm done with you. Wait, Dream where he drops Woody.
Exactly, yes.
That's Chuba.
And we drafted Jonathan Brooks to try to show up some of that, but he tore his
He got
ACL
hurt.
twice,
That's
back
right.
to back.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
and
about
so
that.
we drafted Trevor Etienne, who I think will be good. But then we turned around and got Rico Dowell from Dallas. So if you getting all these running backs, that tells me you don't believe in Chuba as much as you led on to believe.
Yeah. Well,
you know what
I mean,
so now the weapons, we got weapons everywhere. Whether it be T-Mac, we got Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow. I like our tight ends. People don't really know about them, but Tommy Trimble and Jatavius Sanders, they're going to be.
Renfrow's still around. I didn't know he's still around, man.
He's
at
an exciting white.
Age of 39, he's still out there running routes.
You guys have the most exciting white duo in NFL. Adam Thielen and Hunter Renfrow.
The exciting whites.
Man. But I will say this. I don't disagree with you on the fact that you have a chance to win the division, because let's look at New Orleans. They're a mess. They're just a placeholder for
they're not.
Atlanta's in transition, trying to figure
Atlanta's about
Phoenix.
the only one. Atlanta's
a wild card.
Atlanta's
a wild card.
You don't know Tampa Bay too. Tampa Bay, they did lose Cohen or whatever, but
they done won the division back to back. I mean, it'll be 3 straight if they win it this year. So I can't poo-poo them.
They're probably the favorite, honestly. Like, if you like national news, they're probably the favorite. Wouldn't you say Tampa Bay?
It'd have to be.
I mean,
I would say just considering the roster and the
you got
quarterback
Baker,
situation.
I wouldn't necessarily pick them. I'm just saying, like, the overall, that's the powers that be would probably.
So I think you can. I think the Panthers.
But it's funny because Carolina's actually the most bet team to win the NFC South. I thought that was interesting.
Well, they're probably betting on Bryce Young taking a huge leap forward too. So, and that's a big piece in the whole.
The offense, I don't really so much worry about as I do the defense. Like, we got to get stops because that was awful last year. And I know injuries is gonna happen, but all that wasn't injuries, not all of it.
Right.
And I would, because our run game ain't where I'd want it to be. I mean, of course, everybody can't beat the Baltimore Ravens or the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody can't do that. But goddamn, do we got to be 28th?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It got to be, bottom of it, Can we be at least 14th?
I mean, I think the Giants, they got that young quarterback, Jackson Dart. They could use a guy like Saquon Barkley,
I heard of him.
Yeah. Cam Scatterbo, I think he's gonna be stupid for them.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's good. I like watching that. Yeah, that's another exciting white duo right there, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo.
Exciting, very exciting.
If he takes off, they'll be able to use that Scatman song, Scatterbo. Yeah, but they could change it,
Where's the scat man? I'm a scat man.
Scatterbo.
Man, if he ends up going, that's going to be everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoever made that song got a payday coming up there.
I can't wait.
You heard your foes when it happens.
Speaking of look, we're going to Wayne's doing that so well. We're going to get flagged for using content.
Yeah.
You got to better say that.
I'm the scat man.
Oh God. You said getting a payday. Speaking of payday, we know that ESPN bought NFL Network, and we'll give them a couple years to ruin it. But here's one thing that we got that I was clutching my fist when I saw a part of it, and that is Rich Eisen hosted SportsCenter, and he got choked up talking about Stuart Scott. He did the show. It was pretty cool because I grew up on Dan Patrick, on Keith Olbermann, on Kenny Mayne, Stuart Scott, all these guys. Not one is still there. Not one of the OGs, where SportsCenter, you would just watch it over and over. It was the same damn show, but you didn't care because, I missed 11 minutes of it, so I gotta hang back and watch the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah, SportsCenter used to be the jump. I turned into a Panthers fan because of SportsCenter. The top 10 countdown.
Really?
The first play I ever saw was an overtime with Jacksonville Jaguars, and Steve Smith took it in the first play of overtime and ran it all the way in. That was the top 10 play. Wow. And I was a fan ever since.
Wow. Yeah, man, Steve Smith, man, was the man. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was awesome.
that play is when I turned into a fan.
Steve Smith is the Allen Iverson of the NFL because he was like the smallest dude, but you wouldn't be able to tell. Like size wise, he was like Iverson, bro. Like you couldn't cover him. Touchdown machine. I love watching that dude play.
Look, Steve Smith, he got triple crown when his team was 28th in passing. That's how good he was.
Yeah, bro. You don't gotta sell me. That is nutty. Yeah, he was. I loved watching him play.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't see how they put Andre Johnson in the NFL in the Hall of Fame over Steve Smith. Like, I'm just like, and I'm like, I'm the Panther guy, but I don't want to sound biased, but I would take Steve Smith 100 times over Andre Johnson.
I would too. I would too. And not coming out of college, you would have thought Andre Johnson. He came out of Miami, right? Andre Johnson did. I mean, that's wide receiver U right there. But no, Steve.
Well,
Smith,
and he's
bro.
good. I'm not hating on him, but I just don't think he should have got it over. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But yeah, T.I., did you watch SportsCenter back in the day? Do you remember a certain duo that you would like, oh yeah, these guys are doing it?
I mean, it didn't really matter to me who it was. I mean, I really always liked Chris Berman a lot just because that was at the time when I was more interested in baseball. Yeah, like baseball, don't get me wrong, baseball is still baseball. It's great. It's America's pastime. I love to go to the ballpark, watch a game, but watching baseball on TV doesn't have the same effect as it did back when I was much younger, and I would watch those guys, and I would just watch Dick Vitale and just all those dudes that were so animated. But like of the SportsCenter crew, it didn't matter to me if it was Dan Patrick or Oberman or Kenny Mayne. I really liked Kenny Mayne. I always thought Kenny Mayne was hilarious.
He was
I love
so
his dry
funny,
sense
man.
of humor.
Yes,
he reminded me a lot of just my type of humor. Like I used to watch a lot of like satire stuff. Love the dry stuff like the Airplanes and Naked Guns, and love the State on MTV and Kids in the Hall and stuff like that. So he had that kind of dry delivery. He would just deadpan a joke and not even crack a smile.
Yeah.
So he was probably my favorite, but I loved all those guys. Yeah, Rich was great. Stuart Scott was great. And some of the guys are these days are decent, but they just don't have the personalities that these guys did. So that's my thing with the old SportsCenter. We talked about it a couple shows back. Like,
yeah,
they just don't have the personalities today are more instead of like working as a team, it's more of to push the individual. And back then they worked as a unit.
And the agenda was different. They would truly show a clip of every single game and go through it. So no matter who your favorite team was, you knew that you were going to see it, whether it was the San Francisco Giants in baseball or it was the New York Knicks in basketball. If they played, you would at least see a clip of it, at least. And back then, you didn't know what the scores were yet because you weren't looking at you didn't know, actually. Yeah. Like, that was another thing that you don't think about.
Look up to the newspaper or something. That's about the only other way.
Yeah, for sure.
So but that was something you can just pull your phone out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was super crazy too, because they would do the teaser and they'd be like, Seattle played the Bulls. Let's find out if they played enough defense to stop Jordan. Well, now I can just look up and see real quick that KD didn't score enough to not beat Phoenix or whatever it is. Yeah, but see, that's where it was just different, man. Just totally different. I love, you mentioned Kenny Mayne. Here's my impression of a Kenny Mayne. He would be doing like a clip and he would say, oh, Jackson Dart in the preseason and he'd be going through a first quarter highlight and he would say, Jackson Dart with a touchdown here. He ended up with 4, not in just that quarter. That would be a record. Like,
yeah.
And he wouldn't even crack a smile. He would just keep going. He would give some crazy stat and he'd say, not in this game, that'd be a record. Like, he just like the same kind of joke like that is just always, fantastic. So we'll see how long it takes for ESPN to ruin Red Zone and just all that stuff and what they do, because we're all 3 in 1 accord, right? They will ruin
WWE. They've got WWE pay-per-views and stuff now, so they've got everything.
Well, WWE's doing a good job of kind of derailing themselves on their own. They're doing a good job of that.
Yeah, they are. They are a little messy right now. I was watching a couple YouTube videos about the direction of where they're headed and some of the mistakes. And it's
they're
glaring.
doing. They don't need. I can't really blame that on ESPN. They was well on their way before they signed that deal.
Yeah.
It was well on
Hey, shout out to Matt. Follow Wrestling Idiot Nation. We got Turtles Idiot Nation. We have all kinds of Idiot Nation, the Idiot Verse. Follow Wayne again on social media. The links are in the description. But Wayne, holla at a player. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me in St. Louis rolling them dudes. No, I'm playing. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but I ain't really on that for real. So really, the main spots is TikTok, Facebook, IG, and YouTube. It's Wayne Diesel TV on if you go on the YouTube route, and anything else is just Wayne Diesel. It's all one word: WAYNEDIESE, all the way to the L.
If you know about me, yep. All right.
Right.
Follow Sports Idiot Nation as well wherever you get your social media. Let's shift to football that actually like counts, kind of. I don't understand what college football is.
So what you're telling me is Carolina Panther football don't count regardless of regular season or preseason. It's what you just told me.
No.
In so many words, that's what you just said.
No.
You said, all right, now let's get the football to actually matter. Like we ain't just talking about the Panthers for 30 damn minutes.
Look,
and now
all I'm saying,
let's get the football to actually matter.
Look, that was too long, okay? This ain't the Carolina Panthers podcast, okay? There's 19 people that care about the Carolina Panthers, okay?
Welcome to the Panthers Den with Wayne Diesel.
There you go. We're going to keep that recording and then send that to you, and you can use that. Yeah. So tomorrow starts actual, real college football, but I say that, and it's just weird.
About the college football. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hey, Mohan, what'd you think about about Auburn winning 7 championships in one day?
Hey man, Alabama's done it, so we had to do it too.
Yeah, that was wild, though. That was wild, bro.
That's all right. They did well. They a couple of those I feel like they probably would have won. So I'll go ahead and take it at 2004 and take.
Let me
that.
just grab that. Let me just go to Kmart.
Yeah, go and grab that.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Hey, kudos to them. Gotta get it while the getting's good, man. So war damn Eagle, and I hope they can achieve some more national championships in my lifetime, whether I visualize them or
just come upon them, stumble upon them. Yeah.
Just
I'm
sure
there's a couple in 1833 that hadn't been claimed yet. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we just got to find the record books, but
So if you haven't heard, who wants to tell it? I don't care. Tell really what happened in case people don't know with Auburn.
What happened with Auburn? They happen to be just a really awesome school, and the NCAA was like, "Hey, do you guys want some more national championships?"
I do declare.
And they were like, "Well, we kind of got screwed out of participating in a couple of them, and while the other teams that did participate got their asses whipped, we probably would have manhandled them. So why not? Let's take those national championships. I see your national championship, and I raise you 3 more." And that's kind of what happened, Adam, in a nutshell, really. Like, the people are just like, man, Auburn is so cool, and Aubie the Tiger is such a cool mascot that we just want to hand them a couple more national championships. I mean, Central Florida? Which one of them? They won a national championship, right? UCF?
Oh, right. When they went undefeated, they claimed that.
Yeah, it's fine, man. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it.
They doesn't matter. Auburn was just one of them people for a while. They just didn't a show because this is like a lot of them championships was before the BCS, which was a mess anyway. But I digress. But they was going by the Associated Press, so that for whatever reason Auburn chose not to recognize the Associated Press. Never mind them being undefeated, they had the best record, be ranked high, had the best team, and they just wouldn't take it because I guess they looked at it like a participation trophy. So whatever, I guess they just woke up one day and put Cam Newton in the Hall of Fame and took all them championships they would have got. They did.
Right.
They did all that.
Let me pull a Cam Newton.
There was a new hire.
Can't relate.
There's a new hire in the front office, and they were like, all right, so what do you want to do with your first week? Well, have some ideas. and
I had some thoughts. Yeah.
made some calls and redecorated a little bit. You know?
Yeah,
So,
that is
congratulations.
wild.
Just need a little more hardware in there. So War Damn Eagle for that.
He ain't playing his first week in office. Yes.
But yeah, it's just the way it goes. But they, they've been on probation a few times and undefeated on probation as well. So I mean,
although I really don't think they'd have beat that USC team in 04. Like they should have went. They should have, but the only reason why they got that one because the whole Reggie Bush and all that scandal stuff. That title was technically vacated, so they just gave it to Auburn. But I don't know if they would actually beat. I don't know if they actually would have beat them.
No,
to be honest with you,
come on.
But they gave it to them, so they got it. But I don't think Auburn and 04 would beat USC.
Vince Young beat them. Vince Young beat USC, so I'm sure Auburn.
Yeah, but we didn't have Vince Young. I mean, we had we had Cadillac Williams.
We had Jason Campbell. That was Jason Campbell's team.
Oh, okay.
Jason Campbell, Cadillac, Ronnie Brown.
Which wasn't trash. They're not trash. But they're not
they were great. And defense,
Matt Liner.
Carlos. No, Carlos. How was defense player? Anyway, that was the year they had four guys go in the first round, 3 in the top 10.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'd have beat USC though. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But they should at least went. But
yeah,
that's how they got that. That's how they got that 04 one.
Oklahoma,
that title technically vacated, and they were right there at number 3, and they probably should have went. They probably should have.
It should have. They played. I think they played Oklahoma, and Oklahoma got drummed by 52 to 14 or something. I remember watching that national championship around like an old man with a bunch of kids on his lawn, and I was just like, "See, I told you this was happening. If you would have put my team in there, at least it would have been a game. I'm not saying they would have won, but it would have at least been a game." Yeah. That was me.
Ti was 31 back then.
That's actually the day I started losing my hair.
Yeah.
But no, man, just kudos to Auburn, man. Not everybody can achieve the greatness that Auburn has, and good for them to get some more.
This ain't the Carolina Panther Auburn Tiger show. All right, we got real football tomorrow. Okay, we got Iowa
Week
State
0, whatever that means.
Kansas State. The only game that really is going to matter. We got Stanford at Hawaii, maybe could be classified as another game. But other than that, it's Fresno State and Kansas. It is all not anything real. But number 22, Iowa State versus number 17, Kansas State. I suppose that's a real football game. Again, week 0. I don't understand it. I don't understand really what you're really trying to do. I get it's about money, but then where's Texas Tech? Where's Michigan State? Have a few more names to throw out there for week 0, but whatever. We'll see. The standalone game is at noon Eastern time, which is 8 a.m. for you guys? I don't know. You guys are just early.
It's like 11, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm not going to wake up at 8 a.m. and watch that mess.
Yeah, so college football is officially kicked off tomorrow. So what we'll do moving forward is on Friday, we got to talk predictions about Saturday football and Sunday football. That will be the layout of the show when we wanted to do this. Shows on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's going to be coming fast. So this week, man, week 0, we're not really messing with that. We're not really messing too much. We don't care about Sam Houston. Wait, let me get Wayne's take. Wayne, Sam Houston at Western Kentucky, 6 p.m. your time. Who's going to win? Can you imagine a real breakdown of those two teams? What? Sam Houston and Western Kentucky.
So, I'm probably going to go with the heel toppers. I'm probably going to go with the heel toppers just because I'm a little more familiar with Western than I am Sam Houston.
Right.
Sam Houston sounds like a place Sam Houston sounds like a place that has a killer salad bar and makes some homemade soups and sandwiches.
I mean, he sounds like somebody that had an integral part in winning the Civil War or something.
That too.
That's what it sounds like.
And the restaurant is inspired by his efforts. So
correct.
It's a joint.
And on the wall,
effort.
there's a photograph with a paragraph of words about this long about what Sam Houston did and how he rode his horse 31 miles to deliver some document.
Uphill.
And that's why the famous recipe of the clam chowder that they have exists today at Sam Houston's restaurant.
Correct.
And the restaurant, the very first restaurant ever was in Arkansas, and the very first customer was Jerry Jones. Segue.
Wow, man.
Here we go.
That's awesome.
So I know not everyone saw Wayne's just over there laughing at how we're getting to the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones. But this Netflix, they got me. It got a hold on me. And I saw every single episode. I know I might be one of the only ones. Me and Callan Cowherd, I think, are the only dudes that saw every single episode.
I'm pretty sure Skip Bayless has watched it all twice by now.
Well, he was in
it.
That's
he
lived it.
Done. Not always done while he's watching it. He's doing other things while he's watching it too, but
bro lived it. So here's what I want to point out: a couple things about Jerry Jones. Everyone else can throw all the hate. I have enough hate as well of like just how dumb some of the moves or non-moves over the last 25 years. But here's one thing that I want to say that is well documented in the series is that he truly was a forward thinker and a pioneer in thinking through this. So the NFL was signed on with Coke, and they all received a fair share. So if the New Orleans Saints won one game in a year, they had the same amount of money shared with them as the 49ers, who went 14-2 and won the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones was the only one to look at that and say, I'm signing with Pepsi. I'm making the money. I'm putting Bud Light on every seat. I'm getting Nike and Phil Knight to come out here. I am doing it differently. No one else thought like that. He got sued for like $400 million. He countersued. He won. He changed the game in that way, in the way that like a Steph Curry changed or something like that. I do have to give him credit that his forward thinking made the game what it is today, and the Cowboys are worth more than any other franchise. And he did admit all the things that we make fun of him for is like, man, Jerry just likes to hear his team mentioned. Even if it's bad, he don't care. He admits it in the doc that, yeah, I like the circus. I like, because if my name's in your mouth, that's good things. That's so at least he wears it. Like he's admitting it. So it's like, okay, I guess I can respect that. And here's what I really love. You guys know the Niner fan in me, that 94 season, the Cowboys were supposed to three-peat. It was like basically a written script. And who wrecked it? And Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Jerry Jones, other players in the doc are literally crying. And it still haunts them that the Niners won. Do you know how happy that makes me feel? Jerry Rice is in it, Steve Young, and they
got everybody. George Bush in there. They got everybody in there.
Yeah. And that part to me was really cool to see how much we were in their heads, and they admit it and they cry. Oh, I mean, how can you not love that if you're a 49er fan? I get you guys aren't San Francisco fans, but you're non-Dallas fans and you can at least appreciate it. But Wayne, I want to ask you, I know you didn't see all the way through, but what was a takeaway that you look back and from watching some of it where you said, man, okay, I didn't realize all that. I know there's a few things.
So I knew a good bit of it, but I didn't know everything. I'm gonna act like I just knew everything. The biggest thing for me, I'll be honest, the biggest takeaway I've got, Emmett probably need to be higher on my all-time running back list.
Okay.
Because he probably need to be higher. He's closer to 4 or 5 than he is 7 or 8. It's pretty much what I've gathered.
He was just healthy and big deal. Anyone could have done it. And that offensive line was so good. Of course, anyone could have done it.
Yeah, he's much closer to 4 or 5 than he is 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah, but what about that season where he was like holding out? And they were like,
yeah, and still led the league in rushing, missing 2 games,
and then
and turned around and then won MVP that year. He won MVP that season.
He's like, no, I'm not coming to play. And they're like, well,
so you
okay.
pay me. Yeah.
And then they're getting their ass whipped, and then they pay him.
They go 0-2.
Yeah, and he comes back and just dominates.
And they win the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah, Emmitt Smith, by the way. I wonder why all that happened. Oh, yeah, because of me.
Yeah, he was definitely. They don't win those rings without him.
No, hell no.
Not even close, for sure.
Hell no.
Yeah, it
or
was just,
or all the cocaine Michael Irvin did either.
So I didn't know.
Helped him a lot.
I didn't know a ton about it. I always would make fun of that dude, and yes, cocaine. That dude got 19 chances, and each time he said, "Okay, God, if you get me out of this, I won't." And then boom, he did it again. Like, that dude is the luckiest dude that I've ever seen in the National Football League. You have guys who they do one of those things of the 19 things that Michael Irvin did, and they're completely done. They're completely out of the league.
It's over with. Yeah.
And he got 19 chances, bro. I am not exaggerating. That is so crazy. And I get that he might be a fun guy to hang out with, but dude, you look at what happened with them partying too much and that sort of thing. It's hard to say that they wouldn't have won 5 Super Bowls in the 90s, because that derailed
them. If they kept everything together, yeah.
And all they had to do was, like, not party so much. The 49ers.
I think Jimmy had a lot to do with that, too, them losing Jimmy.
Hookers and blow have a tendency to kind of like mess things up.
What's the deal with that? What is the deal with that?
You might have a really tight knit group of brothers and who love each other, and then some hookers and blow just get in there and just mess everything up, and then everybody is at each other's throats. Everybody's blaming each other for the losses. Emmitt Smith's holding out. Barry Switzer doesn't know what in the hell's going on. He's just tired of all the shit. Eating a popsicle. And then what's he eating in that clip? Is he eating a popsicle?
So we shared to our social media.
He's like, I don't know what the hell's even going on. I'm just getting tired of this goddamn shit. Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't even know what he says.
Wayne, have you gotten to that part yet where they have Barry Switzer part?
I know that they just fired Jimmy Johnson where I got. They just got.
Okay, so it's coming, and we shared it to our social media. We made it a little Instagram reel and stuff, and it is just funny because the dynamic of Barry Switzer was, look, I don't want to know what these guys are doing. They're going to show up on Sunday. They're superstars. But look, let me just look the other way. And that did not sit well with Troy Aikman. They got into it like that. I mean, you could see there's no love lost between those two guys, because Barry Switzer is still alive and he is interviewed quite a bit. You're about to see a lot of Barry Switzer, Wayne, coming up in these.
Yeah, I noticed when somebody comes new into the story, all of a sudden they sitting down in the
chair. And Barry gets the next 2-3 episodes. He all up in there, and I'll be honest, you lose a little respect for Barry Switzer because, bro, you are the head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You have to lay some law down, and he let them, like, he was part of the reason why they didn't win 5. Because he kind of let them go off. Remember Eric Williams, that bad accident? Look, they were just letting them run wild.
But really after Jerry Jones, he only signed people that didn't have a back. Well, no, because he did sign. I don't know if that's in the documentary, but he did sign Bill Parcells. I don't know how far it goes.
Yeah. But they talk about that.
Okay, so that's the only other guy he signed that really had a backbone, and he got rid of him.
Yeah, because Bill got rid of himself because he didn't like that he wasn't I'm Bill Parcells. We should do it this way. And Jerry said, no, I'm Jerry Jones. My name is the Dallas Cowboys. It just didn't work out. Like, that's how it goes. No, they got Tony Romo on there.
Oh man,
it's a great doc, to be honest. And no one hates Dallas more than me.
I'm enjoying it so far. I just be working and then kids and stuff, and I'm actively trying to watch it. I just hadn't got to it yet.
Well, it hasn't even been a full week, so I mean, it's fair, but I'm like
halfway through, so it's not like it's been out 3 years or anything. Yeah,
right. It just came out. I wanted to talk about it. I did learn some things, and I got to respect Jerry Jones on some of those things. And as a Cowboy hater, I love Jerry Jones because he's starting to run the team into the ground, and I love it.
Starting to run it into the ground.
Starting.
It done been in the ground, since
Yeah.
'95, basically.
You got to dust the VHS tape off.
Started then,
just to see the last time they were relevant. So you gotta be like, hold on,
Billy Blank was still making Tybo tapes when he started turning that thing into the ground.
I got an interesting stat.
Married with Children was still on TV.
I got an interesting stat for you guys.
SportsCenter was still on TV.
Yeah, that's right.
MTV was still
Rich
showing.
Eisen was already there. Rich Eisen was already there.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting stat. From the time in February in 1989 that Jerry Jones took over the Dallas Cowboys, there are 7 teams that have more wins than the Cowboys over those years. I'm talking playoffs, everything. The number 1 team, which is kind of surprising, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have the most wins. It's like 353. And then, which makes sense because you look at Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record.
They never have. Yep.
So I guess it kind of makes sense, but you're like,
and they've been to 2 Super Bowls too.
Right.
One.
So you go down the line. Okay, San Francisco's in there. Okay, Denver, whatever, and then at number 8, tied with the Minnesota Vikings, the most nothing burger of a franchise. And look at who markets better their team. They have 322 wins. The Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. I just find it interesting that who markets their team way better? Obviously, we know it's Dallas. Like, just look at that, how genius Jerry Jones is, that you would never think in a million years that the Minnesota Vikings have since 1989, they have the same exact number of wins as the Dallas Cowboys. Never in a million years would you think that.
Honestly, I'm not surprised, though, because the Giants, historically, the Vikings, I've never known them to have a bad team, like, ever. Like, they've always had good teams. Whether, like, those Chris Carter years or them Dante Culpepper with Randy Moss years or them Adrian Peterson years or even that, that brief time when Brett Favre went over there. But
they never won the division. But they never win their division because Green Bay has been winning for so long.
That's what happened when you got to deal with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So they've had great QB play for 30 years. So, it's going to be hard to move around in there.
But, okay, you said Dante Culpepper. You said all those guys. You said about 5 guys. Name 15 more. And I can name you 30 Cowboys. And I hate the Cowboys, and I can name them. Why is that? Like, they're just marketed better. He's just smart.
Yeah, they are marketed better. Yeah, for sure.
They're worth more.
It's a larger market, too, though. Let's be real. The football fans in Minneapolis versus
I'm just saying, like,
Dallas.
The Vikings, they would go out there with 11 guys you never heard of and go
for sure.
10-6 or something like that.
Fran Tarkenton and stuff. Yeah, they always were good. But, like, Dallas, you got the whole state, right? You got the Oiler fans and now the Texans fans.
Yeah,
let's be real. Dallas Cowboys touch that whole state and beyond. So you have a larger market to work with. So that plays into it. But no, you're right. It's all about marketing. It's all about any bad publicity is good publicity. So
yeah, I'm not arguing which was more popular, but the Vikings, they would just go out there and beat you with 11 dudes you never heard of.
Yeah,
right?
no, they've always they were always good, man. It didn't really matter who was there. Like they went from, like you said, Chris Carter to Randy Moss, and they went from before Culpepper.
Peterson.
Who was there? Who was the QB before Culpepper?
Randall Cunningham.
Cunningham. Yeah, Cunningham. Then you had Culpepper. And then
Warren Moon went there.
Yeah, you've had a hand. Yeah, Warren Moon ended his career there.
Yeah,
or I think he ended his career. I don't know. Did Warren Moon play for Washington at all?
I saw in the documentary Herschel Walker at some point he found his way to the Vikings. I wonder how that.
Yep, that trade
out.
That trade was very infamous at the time.
Yeah, they're good. Good franchise for sure.
Yeah, they've always had good people out there. And I think they got a good team now, for what it's worth.
But Jerry knows how to spin a story, so
Yeah.
He'll be in meetings and just look like he's writing stuff down. All he's doing is just scribbling, drawing pictures. Just for the
He
show,
does
man.
that in the doc. He has a pen in his hand as he's sitting at the table.
Yeah, all he does is draw
Jerry.
pictures. They've showed it. They've like zoomed in on it, and it's literally just like a stick figure and like a little person with like a skateboard or something. Like, damn, Jerry Jones, you know. Like
That sounds like something like Trump would do. Just goofy.
No, I'm sure Trump and Jerry Jones are good friends. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Cut from the same cloth.
They would have to be.
So I forgot to ask you guys about one thing when we were talking college football, and I want to bring it up because when you have something that is 60 years and we talk about the logo changing, like I know y'all seen it, Notre Dame, like they went from the Fighting Irish, those crazy arms, like everyone knows those arms, like it's just weird that no one said anything before. Like, so if you're Irish, what, after you get drinking or something, you got to be fighting? Like, is there anyone that is allowed to be offended that, like, if you're the fighting Irish? Like, are you the not so good driving Asians? Are you the, like, what? Like, how does that? It's just weird
we finna
that
get canceled up in here this week.
No, Adam, they're the really good at math Asians. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
We're
trying to be a little more respectful there.
It's weird that they finally did away with like the fighting Irish. Like when you think about it, it's weird that it lasted this long. But now, at this point, you just got to let it go. And so they just put the football in his arm. And okay, I don't understand what they're doing.
They'll still be the fighting Irish. They'll always be the fighting Irish. Like WWF is still the WWF to me. And, you know, things never change, you know. Things don't change. I mean, let's be real, man, you know. People still in the South, you know, Coke, Dr. Pepper, Coke, Sprite, Coke, Pepsi, Coke, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like, hey, you got a Coke? No, I got Sprite. That's what I meant. You know, give me what you got. You know,
that's what I meant.
I had a couple of friends that when I was younger that moved down from Chicago. They moved down from Illinois, near Chicago. Actually, where Aurora, where Wayne's World. They were from Aurora, where Wayne's World were from in the movie, but and show. But anyway, they said that they were like, yeah, we call everything pop, and
that's what we say in Indiana.
Yeah, you guys call everything Coke, you know. So I mean, yeah, there's always going to be stuff that's going to be known, and I will always call them the Fighting Irish. They can call themselves the Notre Dame Irish or whoever they want to be, all they want. They'll always be the Fighting Irish to me.
Yeah, I'm still calling Raiders Oakland from time to time. I need to chill out.
Oh, so do I. I do too.
Yeah, I was shooting a video yesterday, and I literally called them Oakland, and then I called them Los Angeles, and
you're like, wait,
then I called them Las Vegas, and then I called them Saskatchewan. So, you know, because at that point, who cares? You know, I already called them every other city. Might as well call them Iraq at that point. The Iraq Raiders.
Man, can you imagine football in the Middle East? I don't know how that would.
I think wrestling. I think they've done some wrestling events over there, but I don't know about football.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Football would be tough.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, let's get everybody out of here on this. Whenever you got little kids doing stuff with sports, and it's like famous, it's every year. I want to see this home run derby. It's later today. It's later tonight on the ESPNs. We'll see if they ruin that. But I'm excited to see. Like every year I say, okay, I'm going to remember some of these kids' names, like a Todd Frazier or, you know, something like that, where it's a name who becomes famous. You know, there's been, I think probably like Jason Varitek might be the most famous baseball player who won a World Series. He won a College World Series and he won a Little League World Series. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And you have these kids with like their walk-up songs and all this, and you got a kid who's like 14 but already 265 pounds. I want to see that kid at the home run derby, just like with one hand just swinging them over the fence. So
like you said, the little dumper, looking for that little dumper,
the little dumper.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many. Does he have 50 yet? Does Cal Raleigh have 50 home runs yet? I don't It's got to be close. He had 40.
I don't know.
He had
Brewers have 80 wins,
47.
Brewers
Ooh.
first,
First team to 80 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
The Brew Crew. The Nashville Sounds right now this weekend are the, what do they call themselves? Brewsters? What do they call themselves? Brewsters? They have it. They, because they're the farm team for the Brewers. So they do this. They got all these special jerseys. They sell this like one weekend. And this happens to be the weekend that they're doing that. I can't remember what they call themselves though, but they are cool logos and all that and everything, but I can't go buy Milwaukee Brewers stuff.
No.
Being
Not
a Cardinals
when they're
fan.
Your division, you can't do that. That's why in Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, they have awesome logos and awesome everything, but they're the San Diego Padres. I can't be messing with that. Like, come on now. They're beating the San Francisco Giants. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, and all these guys played for them and then go to the major leagues and do good against my Giants. Fernando Tatis, that dude is a baller, and he played for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. You want me to root for him? Get out of here. Dude's crazy, man. Crazy, man.
His father played for the Cardinals.
Yes, he was good. All right. Reminder, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a new episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Wayne, thanks for hanging out. Remember, click on the description. Find Wayne where you find him, and don't holler at him at Twitter.
Facebook,
because
IG,
he's
TikTok.
too busy. He's too busy on the other apps. Don't mess with Twitter. We don't.
Pigeon,
he's not doing all that.
Tinder.
Lord, no, I ain't know that either.
OnlyFans.
Oh, Jesus.
You name it. Pizza Hut app. You name it. He's got
nothing but a Carolina blanket on. That's all.
Hercules.
Depending on what time of day and what quarter of the game, maybe some tears. Maybe some tears.
All right, Wayne, we gotta have you back on soon.
For sure, man.
Hang out. All right. Again, new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means we will see you Monday.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for watching this episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Remember, we are on all social media and on YouTube, and the podcast can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Remember, new episodes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, because you watch Sports Idiot Nation,
you would be the smartest idiot in the whole world.